Hey guys, it's zZzTILT and today I'm gonna review a match I've played against Daniel Cates, aka jungleman12. So let's get right to it. On the left I've opened King 3 offsuit. I think we face a jam here. Yeah, so nothing we can do there besides folding. On the right we've led with 9-8 suited. Hit a top pair on a pretty dry board. So nothing we should do there besides check calling. You can check raise, but you need some crazy dynamic for it to be better than check calling in my opinion. On the left we flop 2 pair on a more drawy board, but we have a pretty wide check calling range here, which we don't want to check raise. It's like queen high, king high, a lot of like gut shot plus overs to the 7. So with 5-7 it's a bit too strong to check raise here. If you want to check raise here with value hand, should be something like a naked jack without any additional equity to balance your bluff with. So when the king hits, we just gonna call down there. On the right we check called his c-bet and he checked behind on the turn. When he checks behind there, I expect his range to be a lot of ace high, king high, and a lot of air, maybe sometimes like a 9, but we already have a 9. So his range is pretty weak at that point. In comparison to our range is much stronger. So we're gonna bet out pretty big here. Yeah, 120 seems good enough. Like if your range is stronger than your opponent's one, and it's not like he's gonna bluff every time you check there, you should always go kind of big, because if he falls there too much, you can just bluff there a lot, and if he calls very light with his weak showdown value type hands, he's gonna get owned from your value hands. So yeah, when your range is stronger than his, always go big, or bet at least. And he calls with king high. Yeah, on the left there doesn't change anything, so we're just gonna call. Unfortunately he turned 2 pair. Pocket tens on the right, decided to mix it up with a limp call. If you want a limp jam, make sure that his limp raising range is pretty strong, because otherwise limp calling is definitely the better play. Also you can balance your range with that kind of play pretty well, so you don't always have like 8-9 type hands. When he c-bets on the right, there's no reason to raise, so we're just gonna call, and same on the jack. Of course he can have a jack now, but we have a pretty strong hand, so no way we can fold. Now he bets 40. I think we should just call here. We block a lot of draws with our 10, and with draws we would also call as we get direct odds. Same with hands like queen jack, king jack, hands like that. So yeah, I'll just call there, call down. I decided to jam, which I really don't like. I don't think there's any point. Of course he can maybe bet call his draws, which we protect against. But for our range I don't think it's that good, because with all of our weak hands we can just call his small bet as we get really good odds. Jack 8 suited, strong enough to raise against a limp. Now we flop top 2 pair. It's a pretty drawy board, which crushes his range. Of course, it also hits our range, but not as hard as his. So here you should check a really wide range. And if you bet something like a jack without any additional equity and some queen x, king x type hand, so a weak hand which has some equity but isn't strong enough to check call. But here check 8 should definitely be checked. And if I remember correctly, I bet, which I think is not good. So make sure to not bet your entire range here. Because yeah, as I said, it should actually be the other way around. Like you should check almost all of your hands. Queen 3, nothing we can do besides folding there. Raise 9, raise call. Queen 10 suited, really good hand to limp call for 12 big blinds. And when he raises not in, of course we call as well. So I decided to jam here, not really sure why. Like I said, with the pocket hand as well, like you should only limp jam if you think he has a pretty strong raising range, then I think it's alright. Maybe I thought that here, but we have no reads, like we have 7 or 10 hands. So yeah, I think it's a pretty big mistake.